Hi. So I was just thinking, this video in particular is going to be targeted more toward those of us who struggle with binging. Doesn't matter what your diagnosis or lack of diagnosis is. Or I guess those who find comfort in food. I just don't want this video. I think that there is, I think it's really important to find joy in food and enjoy all that it can offer, and the sense of community around it, and yeah, so basically just anyone who struggles purely with a restrictive aspect. I wouldn't want this video to be taken as incentive to kind of not eat or find joy in food in general. I intend this more for people who find and who excessively who find too much comfort, whatever. Anyway, whatever. Disclaimer that's like almost a minute and a half long. So I was just thinking about it. When I was in Oklahoma, I was 18 years old, and had been really, really sick with this disease, and ended up going to a hospital treatment center in Oklahoma, and I believe it was my first, within my first few days or a week or 2 weeks, the time is kind of a blur, but I remember I was sitting in my therapist's office, and it was raining. It was storming like crazy, and the lightning was purple. And she had her office was full of cheesy little frames with quotes and trite little things. Not really quotes that struck me. I can't think of an example right now, but you might know the type. Just pointlessly cheesy. But I remember and usually, honestly, that kind of thing kind of annoys me in a therapist if it doesn't seem to have any real meaning behind it, but just is kind of cheesy so that it's cheesy. But I remember distinctly that it didn't bother me. I just, for my first few weeks there, I was on the hospital unit. My brain was not working. And I was just purely grateful. I was grateful that the power had been taken away from me, and that this therapist was sitting there listening to me. It didn't matter that they were therapists, that someone was there listening to me, because I was so wholly wrecked, and my soul felt broken in such a complete way. It was just shattered in pieces. And I remember telling her name was Lori, and she wore glasses and kind of resembled a gerbil to me. I remember telling her that I couldn't imagine my life being at all fulfilling or satisfying without the kind of relationship that I had with food. And at that time I was binging and purging all the time, and I was starving. But yeah, it was binging and purging all day long. And it had of course ceased to be enjoyable. I don't remember the last time that a binge purge session was completely enjoyable, because for several years now I've been doing it with my eyes open, so to speak. Like, I'm aware of the damage that it does, and I'm aware that it doesn't take me anywhere that I want to be. But I remember telling her that, I couldn't imagine it. It felt as though the world would be colorless, passionless. I felt I found all of my fulfillment and satisfaction and passion and any kind of whatever in food. I had wrecked any social skills or friendships. I didn't know how to, I don't know. And anyway, so yeah, I want to talk about maybe learning to find joy in other things and minimizing the importance of food. So that's why I kind of said I do want this video to be known as it's not, food is very important, it nourishes our bodies, we need it, but there's got to be more to life than food, you know, sorry. And so, I'm not exactly sure how I'm going to do it, but I want to find some joy in, oh fuck, did I just burn my hair? I want to find joy in other places and fulfillment and whatever. So, I would love to hear from any of you who have found, who have struggled with this excessive comfort and love, beyond love of food, and come out the other side finding joy in other things and passion in other things, and yeah, while nourishing yourself, while continuing to eat in a balanced manner or whatever, and being healthy. Yeah. I've heard from a lot of people that relationships are a big thing in recovery from eating disorders, regardless of what the behavior was. That kind of the way out is through love and community and you know, relationships, just being around people, friendships. Yeah, human connection. So I think I want to attempt to isolate less and connect more. What else? Well, there's kind of a lot going on. I'm going to have to make a second video if I want to continue. I've been thinking about relocating. I don't know if it's something that I'll actually do. If so, definitely not in the very near future, but I feel kind of tired. I don't know if I want to get into it. I'll try to sum it up. The whole old environment leads to old behavior. It makes it harder to get out of your old rut, association, all of that. And I've kind of wrecked a lot of things here. Now there's also the concept of, or the idea that, you know, wherever you go, there you are, and you can't escape yourself, and I don't think that's what I am thinking of doing. Of course, the idea of going someplace where people don't necessarily know all about this, and where I'm not so used to talking about it and having it be part of my life, might be not a bad idea. Where I'm seen completely by new eyes and in new light. But you know, so the two major practical possibilities would be to move to North Carolina, where my parents live, or to move to possibly the border of Washington, D.C. and Maryland, where cousins that I grew up with and love very much live. I'm going to make another video. So that's part 1.